Welcome back, folks. It's not so fast on the congressional redistricting plan. Also, how many dogs are too many dogs? We have a rather extreme case. And Auburn basketball is on top of the world right now. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. A panel of 3 federal court judges have rejected Alabama's congressional redistricting plan, reports AL.com's Howard Koplowitz. Now, the GOP-controlled state legislature approved the plan based on the 2020 census. That was followed by 2 federal lawsuits arguing that the new map runs afoul of the Voting Rights Act because of the way the black population is distributed. More specifically, that there is only one black majority district, that being Alabama 7, currently represented by U.S. Representative Terry Sewell, a Birmingham Democrat. The plaintiffs point out that the state is 27% black, but that black people are a majority in only 14% of the congressional districts. That's 1 out of 7. The majority black District 7 originally was drawn similar to how it is now back in 1992, when Democrats controlled the Alabama legislature. Of course, over the years since then, the Republican Party has come to dominate much of the state. The GOP now holds strong majorities in the state house, and Alabama 7 is not only the only majority black district, but also the only district represented by a Democrat. So a win by the plaintiffs in this case would also offer Democrats possibly an easier path to a second congressional representative. The state AG's office said it would appeal the finding. The panel said it would have an expert redraw the map unless the legislature can come up with a new one in the next 2 weeks. Because the district map is up in the air right now, qualifications for this year's political candidates has been extended through February 11th. Sometimes, for some folks, it's hard to know exactly where to draw the line at the number of pets you take in, especially if you're one to adopt every stray you come across. I once met a meteorology student who was kind of pushing the limits, or at least I thought so, before I saw the story AL.com's Carol Robinson reported. See, authorities at the Walker County Sheriff's Office believe an extreme case of pet collecting is what happened at a Walker County home that they say was in pretty gross shape. Sheriff spokesman T.J. Armstrong said of the home's residents, quote, "It doesn't necessarily mean they're bad, it just means they're wrong." Armstrong said it wasn't a puppy mill situation, but a case of taking in stray dogs, and more stray dogs, and more stray dogs. I'll stop teasing. There were 115 dogs that were found. Armstrong said conditions in the house were so bad that the people had pretty much moved into a car outside. You know, keeping a clean house is enough work when you have 0 dogs. 2 people were arrested on 28 counts of second-degree animal cruelty. More charges could be coming. Now, all the dogs were alive, some were treated for various reasons, and they were taken to the Greater Birmingham Humane Society for adopting. So go on by and get you one, depending on how many you already have, of course. The Auburn University men's basketball team, for the first time in program history, is number 1 in the nation in the Associated Press Top 25, reports AL.com's New Bias Wilborn. A couple of Cliff Ellis teams came close in the late 90s, and the Sonny Smith 80s teams with Chuck Person and Charles Barkley were fun to watch. But Bruce Pearl's Tigers finally reached the top of the poll after beating Georgia and number 12 Kentucky last week. Auburn is currently 18-1 overall and 7-0 in the Southeastern Conference. The Tigers play at Mizzou, 7:30 tonight. Thank y'all so much for listening. We'll be back here again tomorrow. Come on by and see us anytime you want to. We're on the World Wide Web at AL.com.